Welcome to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast, your weekly news roundup of hunting, fishing, trapping, and conservation stories from around the Gem State. Hosted by Fish and Game's Public Information Specialist, Connor J. Lease.
And welcome back to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin podcast. This week, we're talking about one Coeur d'Alene man sentenced for illegally killing multiple big game animals, just what the heck that huge structure is beneath the Lewiston-Clarkston Bridge, and early season fishing down at Hagerman WMA. But first, speaking of fishing in the Magic Valley region, here's what all you Kokanee anglers can expect this year at Anderson Ranch Reservoir. ARR is back in the news. Our good pal Tucker Brower out in the Magic Valley region has put together this year's Kokanee outlook on Anderson Ranch Reservoir. With winter coming to a close, many anglers are preparing for the start of spring fishing. In the Magic Valley region, April and May traditionally mark the beginning of Kokanee season, and anglers will once again turn their attention to Anderson Ranch Reservoir. The 2026 Kokanee fishery at ARR is expected to be very similar to what anglers experienced in 2025. Biologists anticipate higher than average catch rates of medium-sized kokanee throughout the season, providing consistent opportunities for anglers. In recent years, kokanee abundance in Anderson Ranch Reservoir has increased, resulting in improved fishing success. Catch rates have rebounded compared to the 2020 through 2022 period when kokanee numbers were low and anglers reported slow catch rates of larger fish. Strong year classes in 2023, 2024, and 2025 have contributed to higher kokanee abundance, supporting the higher catch rates of 10 to 13-inch kokanee that anglers have been seeing while on the water. The kokanee fishery at Anderson Ranch Reservoir is managed by Idaho Fish and Game with specific performance objectives. Management targets include an average angler catch rate of 0.5 fish per hour of fishing effort and harvested kokanee averaging more than 12 inches in length. Since 2024, both these objectives have been successfully met. To evaluate whether these objectives are being met, though, Fish and Game biologists conduct creel surveys each summer during the peak of kokanee season. These surveys collect data on angler catch rates, harvested fish sizes, and overall angler satisfaction. In addition, biologists conduct netting surveys each fall after mature kokanee leave the reservoir to spawn. These surveys provide information on the relative abundance of kokanee and help forecast the strength of future fishing seasons. Based on recent survey data and population monitoring efforts, anglers can look forward to another productive kokanee season at Anderson Ranch in 2026. For more information about fishing opportunities in the Magic Valley region, check out our website or go contact the Magic Valley Regional Office at 208-324-4359. And don't forget, you can shuffle back to episode 67 of this here podcast and go listen to our fireside chat that we did with Tucker and Regional Fisheries Manager Mike Peterson. The episode's coming up on a year old and mostly highlighted how the kokanee fishery was shaping up that year, but Tucker and Mike also give away a ton of valuable information and strategies for targeting kokanee in general. So if you're interested in checking that out and learning more about kokanee as a species, go search episode 67 of the Hook and Bulletin podcast. Okay, time to talk about Hagerman WMA. Fish and Game's Hagerman Wildlife Management Area opened for fishing on March 1st, and with it, about a dozen ponds and lakes regularly stocked with trout and family-friendly accommodations that include bathrooms, picnic tables, handicap-accessible dock, and fish viewing pond, and a bunch more. Thanks to its mild banana belt climate, well-stocked waters, and amenities, anglers of all ages can look forward to casting lines and getting outdoors. It's common to see groups of friends and families fishing, relaxing, and enjoying the scenery at this picturesque location where springs gurgle out of canyon walls down to the Snake River. Hagerman has long been a favorite destination for early season anglers thanks to its mild climate and ample fishing opportunity. Plus, Fish and Game's Hagerman Hatchery keeps the ponds brimming with catchable rainbow trout and a few surprises. Before the fishing opener, hatchery crews stocked roughly 4,000 rainbow trout, including the area's legendary banana trout, a yellow-colored rainbow trout variant that's eye-catching, fun to fish for, and despite some reports, does not taste like bananas. As spring progresses and the weather warms, hatchery crews supply a steady supply of trout, and the fish become more active, offering plenty of chances to reel in fish throughout the season. In addition to trout, many ponds support warm water species such as bass and bluegill, providing variety for anglers who enjoy targeting different kinds of fish. The WMA and nearby rivers, creeks, and state parks make this a great day trip or weekend destination to fish, watch wildlife, and see a unique part of Idaho. To learn more, check out Fish and Game's fishing planner on our website to, plan your next fishing outing this spring. Next up, a Coeur d'Alene man was sentenced for the unlawful take of 3 white-tailed deer and an elk in North Idaho. Here's the story. After a lengthy investigation, a Coeur d'Alene man was sentenced on March 6 for the unlawful take of multiple big game animals in the Panhandle region. The man received the following sentence: $6,750 in restitution plus various fines and court costs, up to 5 years in prison, 60 days in county jail to be served immediately, 4 years of supervised felony probation, 17-year hunting license revocation, 200 hours of community service, and must complete an in-person hunter education course. The man was originally charged in 2025 with 2 felony and 4 misdemeanor counts related to the unlawful killing of multiple deer and 1 elk back in 2024. All animals were taken at night with the aid of artificial light. The investigation was conducted by Fish and Game conservation officers up in the Panhandle region. Fish and Game wants to thank the public, though, for remaining vigilant in reporting potential wildlife crimes through the Citizens Against Poaching hotline. Public involvement plays a critical role in ensuring Idaho's fish and wildlife exists for future generations. The investigation into the unlawful taking of the elk, in this case, was aided by a call from a member of the public to the CAP hotline. Our staff also wants to thank the Kokanee County Prosecutor's Office for reviewing the case and pursuing charges consistent with the violations. You can hit the link in the show notes if you want to read TJ Ross's full press release. Next up, if you've ever driven across the Lewiston-Clarkston Bridge and wondered what the heck is that big old structure lurking down in the water, well, here's your answer. That big old structure beneath the Lewiston-Clarkston Bridge, well, that would be a smolt trap, my friend, recently rebuilt and now fully operational to support long-term fish monitoring led by our department. The original trap, constructed in the 1950s, had reached the end of its service life. The new facility improves safety for both fish and staff while ensuring reliable operation for years to come. The trap captures juvenile salmon and steelhead, known as smolts, as they migrate downstream through the Snake River. Biologists examine each fish to determine species, hatchery or wild origin, and overall condition. Many are fitted with small pit tags, allowing researchers to track survival, travel time, and smolt to adult return rates as the fish move through the Columbia River Basin. Information gathered at the site is entered into the PTA GIS, a regional database used by fisheries managers and scientists to gather conservation and management decisions. This monitoring work helps support sustainable fisheries, local recreation, and the long-term health of salmon and steelhead populations in the Clearwater region. Boaters are reminded that the trap operates beneath the bridge and should use caution when recreating nearby. To learn more about this project, hit the link down in the show notes and give Jen Bruns' press release a scan. That's all I got for top stories. Let's hit the rapid fire bulletin. Idaho is home to 4 species of wild canine. These members of the dog family include wolves, coyotes, red foxes, and kit foxes. Of course, Idaho is home to many domestic dogs, pets, hunting dogs, working dogs, who all have their origins with one of Idaho's wild dog residents. You can check out this month's issue of Wildlife Express that explains more about wild canines in Idaho. Find out what their scat and tracks look like, their role in an ecosystem, how they communicate, and where they live. Calling all turkey hunters. Draw results are now available for spring turkey control hunts. Hunters, you can go check your Go Outdoors Idaho account to view your controlled hunt tag draw results for spring turkey. Email notifications will be sent to those who provided an email address on your profile. Restoration efforts remain underway at the Wendover and White House campgrounds along the upper Locksaw River and U.S. Highway 12 corridor following a series of large-scale wind events that caused significant damage to the area. Restoration activities include clearing blowdown, removing hazardous standing trees, repairing damaged facilities, reopening access routes, and restoring safe conditions for public use. Efforts also include the removal and sale of merchantable timber from trees that were blown down or have become hazard trees within campground boundaries. Proceeds from timber sales will help offset the restoration costs. For more information, please contact Regional Wildlife Biologist Tara Ball at 208-750-4219. Okay, that's it for this week's stories. We actually have a question of the week this week. Podcast listener Jay Habeas wrote in last week with a question regarding shotguns. I don't know if that's your real name or not. That's just what I got from the email. But thanks so much for writing in and saying you love the podcast, man. Appreciate it. Jay Habeas asked, quote, I have a short barrel shotgun. The barrel is just under 18 inches that is legally registered with the ATF under the National Firearms Act. Is this firearm legal to use for hunting, providing all other applicable laws and regulations are being followed? So IDAPA code doesn't cover barrel length for shotguns, just shot size restrictions. So you would be fine using that firearm. Just want to shout out our Assistant Enforcement Bureau Chief, Joey Ishida, for helping out with that question. So anyway, hope that helps. That's all the news we have for this week. Thanks for putting an ear to Idaho Fish and Game's Hook and Bulletin. If there's something on your mind or if you got a question related to Fish and Game Matters, feel free to drop us a line at podcast@idfg.idaho.gov. Again, that's podcast@idfg.idaho.gov. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll catch you next week.